Welcome to the Tupton Tap.
Hello!
With Ollie, Bird and Charlie, yep.
How we doing? Alright?
There'll be blood, sweat and tears and plenty of beers.
Lovely
So come along and have a chat. It's the Tupton Tap.
It's the Tupton Tap,
Hello
isn't it?
and welcome to the Tupton Tap Pubcast. We're number 8, aren't we? I bet we're number 8.
You always ask me every week, and I don't.
Number 8.
Number 8.
We're number 8. I knew it.
Numero 8.
I know it. Am I right, Jack? I'm right.
I think so, yeah.
I'm looking at
Number
our.
eight.
I'm
Ollie.
looking at our Sounder account now, and
This is what we use for podcasts. What we put them on iTunes and Spotify.
Should I don't know if I can talk about this on the podcast as it's going up on Sounder. So I reckon.
No,
Yeah, do it.
basically,
Different-
for anyone that is an avid listener of the podcast,
the two people who listen.
for some reason, our it's just not uploaded to iTunes and Spotify.
So we use Sounder, and Sounder will then upload to our iTunes and Spotify for us. But for some reason it's changed the RSS feed, if you know what that is. If you don't know.
if RSS feed is some kind of thing, we
Basically,
It's a magical fairy.
Basically, it tells Apple and Spotify all the information about the podcast. For some reason, it's not working. Sounder have changed it. I've changed it all on Apple Music and all that, and it's not working. So I've just shot Sounder a very passive-aggressive email saying that we're we're about to buy their premium pack, which we weren't.
Yes,
But I
we
said
I know we were.
Yes, we were.
Oh, we were, sorry.
Basically, all I done, he sent him an email, and I reckon they'll sort it out for us because they're good people.
Mate, we've used them for a
And
month
if you
and they're
won't
fucked up
sort it
already,
out
so I
for
doubt
us-
it.
Language.
You do not
Sorry,
sort
we have
it
to go
out
to
for us,
Podbean.
Podbean, maybe. Anyway, guys, that's the
Sorry,
technical
Elliot.
side.
Welcome all.
Ollie
I do
Foytman.
apologise.
Welcome everyone. We started off on a bit of a complaint.
I'm in one of
there.
those moods today where I'm just shooting passive-aggressive emails off left, right, and centre.
Oh, look at you.
Might send one to Apple next, just because.
Anyone, any email you can get.
I might
hands on.
email the Tupton Tap. Yeah. It's
That's
Tupton
good.
Tap at. No, sorry, that is
Don't tell them the email.
info@tuptontap.com.
Why are we telling
Wow.
people that? No, it's
Give us an
not-
email because I won't
We're
reply.
going to get 2 random emails now.
From 2 random people.
No, if you do emails, we'll try and get back to you as soon as
I
possible.
mean, we won't. We don't share that email.
Anyway, so we'll basically.
If you'd like to hack the email password is TuptonTap01. It's not, though.
I thought you genuinely gave me the password
I
then.
was looking at like, what's
I
going
hope not,
on.
Charlie.
Yeah, so this is the podcast before we reopen. We're opening in 2
So-
days.
Yeah,
Say,
the
we're
last
recording
one
this-
before we open.
We're recording this on Wednesday. If Charlie actually gets it, actually it's me this week, isn't it?
Either way,
Who's publishing
if we manage to get
So if we
uploaded,
manage to get uploaded by Thursday, then it's one day
that's it.
until we reopen.
No, technically it'd be Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
so
2
2
days.
days.
Well, no, because yeah, okay,
2 days.
Yeah.
We're going with 2.
okay, 2 days.
Well, if it's like if someone's listening right now at 12 o'clock on Thursday, that's 40 hours. So that's 2 days
Yeah.
until we open.
Yeah, whatever.
But if you listen, if you listen,
I've gone past.
if you
it.
listen at 11:59, it's technically
Oh gosh.
12 hours less.
Yeah. If you listen on Saturday after 12 o'clock, we're already open. What are you doing listening to us? You should be in the pub.
Yeah, that's it. Or unless you don't want to be in a combined space.
In that case, carry on listening.
Carry on listening, please. We
Yeah,
want
please
more
do.
than 2 listeners.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. And if you're listening on Sunday, that means it's we're already open for a day.
Are we still talking about this?
Yeah, Ollie's on it. Ollie's just on his phone.
Ollie gave up, went on his phone.
Yeah, so basically we're opening on Saturday. We've basically been busy behind the scenes prepping. We've been doing painting benches. Ollie's got paint all over him still.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm wearing the same. You know, Levi say you should like wear the same jeans for like and not wash them for like weeks.
Oh yeah, I think
Are you
they
sure
say,
that's true? Or are you just
No,
lazy?
like Levi's, like they do. Don't they recommend that?
they say a way of cleaning jeans without ruining them is put them in the freezer as well.
Yeah. So
Freshens them up.
I'm
Oh, it's from the freezer.
I'm taking that advice to max. These jeans, I wore them 2 days ago to paint, and I'm wearing them again today, and they've got blue paint all over them. And my
Yeah.
shoes have got blue paint on them, which
Very
I'm a bit
nice.
pissed off about.
Oh
But I
dear.
don't think you should wear shoes for.
Full stop. No one
No,
actually
no.
ever wears shoes.
No, it was fully
Yeah.
my fault. I should not have worn my Nike Air Forces.
Other shoes are available.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are basically prepping. Today we've been cleaning down the pub and we've been marketing up. If you're listening on a Thursday today, there'll be a video up tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
they will. Oh, by the way, I think I might be able to get that gimbal. So
Okay, just
we could-
side
we
note,
can
guys.
have- we can have
Everyone,
fancy
Ollie can get a
smooth
gimbal.
video.
Yeah, so we're basically going to open up, and then we'll be open at 12 o'clock on Saturday. Serving beer, socially distanced, screens
Wine,
up.
cider.
Ciders, yeah.
Have we got? What do you got? When deliveries coming? Have we got them?
I've already got a few in, mate.
Have you?
I got Ashover come. I've had Heineken have come and dropped me off some Foster's, some Amstel, some craft beer, some Punk IPA. Ooh, lovely
Nice,
stuff.
nice.
Don't you just love to see it?
When you should
And
love
then
to see.
yes, we could have a list of things we'd love to see. Yeah, and then I've got my snacks coming this week. I've got Oakham coming tomorrow.
Nice.
That'll just be enough time to get it settled and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all systems go.
You've been quite busy today, haven't you? Really, from what I
Yeah.
can tell.
I've not actually stopped yet. So what we've done is we got up this morning, went around, did some last minute shopping prep, and then came back. We've cleaned down the whole bar. Every glass has been cleaned, so we're all safe. And then basically we jumped in, wrote the quiz, done the quiz, and then now we're doing the podcast.
So when we do like to challenge ourselves with Wednesdays, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Wednesdays are
Because
the
we do
busiest day of the
try
week.
and cram every last little bit into a Wednesday.
It works for us.
No, but it does. Yeah, it will until something goes wrong, and then it will go and tits up.
Yeah.
Ah,
it works for
Because
us.
we always planned. We planned right. So originally when we started the podcast, we planned to do it every Sunday,
How long did that last?
And then it tried to move to every Thursday.
Thursday,
And
and
we
then
did
for the
it-
week.
We
and
never
then-
even filmed one on a Thursday, did we?
No.
no,
we never
tried
did
to
it. We said we
it
were
was
going to.
Thursday,
Never
and
did
it
it.
will
We
come out
say
the
like
next week.
we say we release one Thursday and then
And it
film
got to
on
the
Thursday.
point where we've all been quite busy, and then on a Wednesday, we're like, oh
We
crap,
need to film the
we need to film a
podcast.
podcast.
And
So,
it's working for us.
so
now.
here we are. Yeah, but we're not doing video anymore. Video used to take the mic.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now, so
It's
really,
hard
if
now.
anything, we've got no excuse because really it should be easy as pie.
Saying the one who says to me the other day on a Thursday afternoon, I might upload it on Monday.
nothing like good continuity.
Don't worry, guys. I've taken over the uploading and editing of the podcast now.
Ah,
Well, there we go.
I'm crying inside.
So I'll make sure it's out.
Yeah, Jack's
You-
currently showing us his stomach,
Yeah, I've been.
He's
bit.
also been pissing around with a lamp.
I'm really enjoying
messing
this.
around.
I'm looking
as
at
you'd
Charlie,
say.
and looking at the side of my face is flashing lights.
But we are
Ollie's got
we
a
are
Charlie.
we are socially distanced as well, guys. We're not.
I said we
Yeah,
can't
true.
prove it obviously because we haven't got video, but trust us, we are.
We're on a mountain top.
We are
Social
on the roof of
distance.
the
Not licking Ollie's
we are
face.
on the roof of the Tupton tap. Socially distancing.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing everyone again. I think it's gonna be lovely. And it's my it's weird. It's our last few days of complete nothingness. We're gonna be
Say
all-
what you think.
we're gonna be so busy when we.
And obviously, it's just a staple day as well. We can finally go back in other people's houses. It's, you know what I mean?
Well,
We
yeah.
can do all this stuff. We can meet up with more than one household at a time. It's a bit. Can
No,
you do
it's
that?
2 hours. Just 2 households.
Oh,
Jack.
just 2 households. Say one household.
Jack's
Can
here
you
bending
meet
the
up with more than
rules.
6 people at a time as long as you're from the same household.
outside.
The thing I
outside.
think about this the other day, right? So, I can't remember. I was watching some sort of chat show. They were all about some people are quite like anxious for it to lockdown to sort of be over. You know, because you're so used to being in lockdown, they're quite
Yeah.
anxious to go into pubs again, just because it's like it's meeting people again for the first time again.
It's because it's been made such a taboo,
Yeah,
which is true, and it still is in
It's
some
not
ways
even that, I
taboo. But
I think I'm just scared to see people I've not seen for 3 months.
what are you gonna say to him?
I think it's more like it's more like you
I think
feel
it's just
like it's been
because
it's
you're
made
so-
in your head.
You're
It's
so
so normal
used
not to see anybody.
literally
Yeah.
sitting in my bedroom all day doing absolute sweet.
FA.
I just think
Yeah.
I'm a bit I don't know, a bit
It's a big- it's a
anxious
big-
to go out again.
What's happened is we've gone from like one big change to
Yeah.
doing nothing, and then now we're gonna do another big change, and it's gonna be like
My social skills have gone down to 0.
Like before now, there's been small changes, haven't there? Or you can go and see each other in the garden and stuff, and like 6 people at a time and all
Go
this.
on
And now it's going to be quite a big change again, where pubs are opening, hairdressers are opening. You can go into people's
I got-
houses. as
I
long
got a
as you're
call from my
social
barber the
distance.
other day telling me, alright, Paul, do you want to book in because we're open again?
and you
Nice.
said no.
And I said no because I like to keep my really long afro.
That's it. A bit of a a mullet.
For the video can't see I have an afro now.
Yeah, it
It
does.
is.
It's true.
Jack's got hair down to his knees,
Yep.
Yeah,
and I've just shaved all mine off.
yeah. Charlie's has gone bald.
Yeah. Didn't even shave it.
I'd love to see you, boy. You're
Just
like an egg.
dress.
And it would be funny, wouldn't
I like a very long egg. Everyone's staring at my head right now.
it?
Yeah. So everything's changing it. Speaking of barbers, I saw Merrick's Barbers in Claycross.
Who's Merrick? My Merrick.
My man Merrick.
So who's
In
Merrick?
Clay Cross.
Where's this barber?
Crazy Street. Go past Aldi on your left.
Yeah.
Merrick's Barbers. Or it's a barber
Is
shop
that what
anyway.
it's called?
I think so.
I've
Never
never
he's
been.
reopened. He put
I
a video of him.
I don't-
What he's doing.
Oh no! I didn't. We didn't. Yeah, no. We.
Yeah, I was watching it. as
yeah, you
were-
watched
when
it as
you
we
were
were
Oh,
at-
is that who you were watching?
Yeah.
When we were prepping the quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go there?
No, I just know it.
I wouldn't trust a guy from Claycross to cut my hair.
That's controversial.
Shots
take.
fired. Shots
Hot
fired.
take.
Well, I for one, I don't discriminate against Chloe Cross, and I would. Because-
No, he
And-
wouldn't.
well, Chloe cuts my hair. She's near Clay Cross.
She's from Claycross.
Well, you know. So, anyway, before you offend anyone else, Holly.
I think we should,
we-
mate. I think it'll push
Um,
up the viewers. Don't try
so-
to throw them out of controllers now.
So what have we all been up to this week? The week before we reopened, what have we all been doing?
Well, not much. Nearly killed a dog. Seen a polar bear.
Nearly killed a dog.
Yep, and I've seen a polar bear.
I-
And then
What, in the same scenario, or
No, in different days. There's
How did
another
you-
story
how
I
did you
wanted to
kill a
tell you
dog?
Well, right. So we all know Heather, don't we? My girlfriend Heather. She's got a
Mate,
friend
no one,
who's just
no
had a
one knows
puppy.
her.
Yeah. So
she's had a puppy?
no, a friend's had a puppy.
Alright, her friend's
So-
had a puppy.
Yeah, so obviously I've been living with Heather and everything. So
You
I
know,
went
you're
to
so
see her
lucky.
friend
You get
in
to
the
live.
garden, which is fine, obviously. And then
Garden
social
friend.
distance, of course. And this puppy's running around. And
Wait,
then
so where's she got this puppy from?
bought a puppy. It's not just
They've
stolen a puppy.
bought one.
Yeah, they've had a puppy.
Mate, they have
in
like
lockdown.
3 dogs already.
No, Heather's not had a puppy. Heather's friends had a puppy.
Oh.
So-
Anyway,
see this
for,
puppy.
for people that are confused what they're listening,
Sorry,
um,
I'm so
someone
confused.
Jack knows had a puppy. Carry on.
Yeah. So we went to visit this puppy, socially distanced, of course, and all this. And it's running around the garden, and I'm sat on their wall because they're sat on the chairs over the other side, and it wasn't. And then I picked this puppy up, and I picked it up, and I banged its head against the table. And I've never felt
Aw.
so guilty in my life. And the puppy was fine, but it made in your head when you're like, oh my god, I've killed a puppy.
Puppies are pretty resilient, though.
And I was literally staring at it like, when you're like holding it, like, don't go to sleep. And I genuinely thought I was going to kill this puppy. Luckily, it survived.
Luckily.
What puppy is it, mate?
By,
A little Springer, it's gorgeous as well.
I don't like
Yeah,
springers.
Oh, it's so cute. It's got
I
little
do.
blue eyes and everything. It's lovely.
No, I'm not a fan.
and you killed it.
I've possibly given it concussion.
Well,
like
yeah.
you
to
are
fair,
a
it's
walking
like
concussion
you,
yourself.
You,
Yeah,
are
I am.
you are a walking man of
How many have I had
concussion.
now?
Man of Concussion,
A
is
man
that a
of
place?
concussion.
If
I'm
it was
trying
a
to
town
kite in
called
my head.
Concussion, Jack
Bert
would
would
be
be
the
ahead of it.
I'm trying ahead of it. I like it. I don't know if you meant to
Is
say
that a pun?
Yeah,
It'd be the head of it.
I would take that as a pun.
I'm trying to kite in my head, and I think it's either 7 or 8 I've had now.
I remember once I got
What?
really annoyed with you because you had concussion. You couldn't work and I had to work for you.
Yeah.
Because I remember John was like, naturally.
A previous manager.
The previous manager was very much like, oh no, Bert can't work, and I was like, okay, I'll come in.
Ollie obviously cared.
And I
about
was
it.
raging, and then I realised I probably shouldn't be raging. It's a bit harsh.
Oh, yeah, I'm not bothered.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I think I've had 8 concussions that I can count now, and I think 4 of them have been properly serious.
The problem is, Bert, right? Is one
So
day
that's
you will
why my
have
head's
no head
mashed.
left.
Oh no, I'm fully prepared to be a cabbage by the time I'm 50.
You just-
Prepared, mentally prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared
Oh,
mentally.
man.
Like either
You might have another 20 concussions
and
by then.
I
At the rate
either
you're
mean
going.
in the sense that I've given that many concussions that my brain's now mush, or just
I
the
do
fact
wonder,
I can't
'cause it's
move
all
because I've
from
ruined my body.
rugby,
One
innit?
or
So
the
are you
other.
actually good at rugby as you get many
Yeah,
concussions?
the thing is,
and break stuff?
most rugby players are 6'3", built like
I'm
outhouses,
Bert's 5 foot,
hard as
5
oak.
foot 4,
I'm 5'9",
4.
small, and I pretend I'm like, you know when you get like dogs and like small dogs who think they're hard and start like barking and like big German shepherds.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
got a Chihuahua style and a shepherd. That's me in rugby.
And you basically
terms.
put your head in the way you can and he gets
Yeah.
kicked.
Yeah, I'll go flying into a tackle and then get knocked out by some big dude, or I'll go over and try to steal a ball and then a big
But you're
dude
not.
kick me in the
You're
head.
not
That's
a small
why-
lad. Like
that's
you're,
why you
you're
shouldn't
built.
steal.
Yeah, I get away with it most times. Like normally, I get away with it. Normally, I'll go in for a big tackle. I'll make a big tackle and it's fine. But every now and again, my body likes to remind me I'm a small dude, and I'll go in for a big tackle and
You're
I'll
not
make a
that
tackle
small,
and my
though.
shoulder will go crunch.
Hey,
And
look,
then,
so Bert saying he's a small dude. If I sat next to Bert, I could probably fit in Bert 2 times. Like, he's not fighting. I think he's just built.
Would recommend not trying to fit inside Bert.
yeah.
That might hurt.
But yeah, every now and again, my body just likes to remind me this dude's 6'4" and built like a brick outhouse. And I'll go and put a tackle in, and my shoulder will go crunch, and then I'll be out for 2 months.
Well,
Basically,
that sounds
Wow.
good.
That is brilliant.
yeah. So that's
So,
that story.
on
And the
the
polar
next
bear,
topic.
that was less exciting. I just went to Yorkshire Wildlife Park.
Oh yeah. So
But you didn't give the polar
what
bear
is-
concussion, definitely.
No, try my
what
best not to.
social distance
Good.
measures has Wildlife Park got?
It was actually I was presently. They've been doing like there was like 1 floor or so, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Mm.
Like they've been doing like staggered entries, so like 3 entrances throughout the day that you can
Mhm.
go in at. And then like it was all like a one-way system, so you couldn't go
Yeah.
there and then come back and all this. It was like one way all the way through it. And then the gift shop was like one way at the end, because obviously the exits, like most places, the exit was the gift shop.
Yeah.
So, but then they'd like
So
separate.
Exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, so it was like, but then there was like the gift shop was one way, and it was like so you could just walk through it quickly and then get out, and so it was all pretty good. The only problem I saw with it was because they did staggered entrances, but you didn't have to exit.
Yeah.
So like you can come in at 9, but you could stay there till they shut if you want, or you could come in at 2 and stay there till they shut if you know.
Maybe they just worked out that the average time someone spends in there.
Yeah.
So they said the average time was 3.5 hours, and so it was like 4-hour gaps.
Is it that big?
Yeah, it was mad.
I feel like
they've
after
recently extended
after
as well.
4 hours at a zoo, you kind of like I've seen the polar bears 10
this is
times
it.
now.
Well, this is it. So we did all of it, and then we'd been there like 4.5 hours. So like, but for the last half an hour, because people had come in, so there was like 9 and then like 11, and then so like when we got in, it was like we left about 11:30,
Yeah.
and we'd done it slowly, but we're not took ages, if you know what I mean.
So it was sprinting round.
Yeah,
Who'd
we
you go
went, like
with?
run round. My girlfriend and my sister. I
Okay.
went with. And then anyway, so like for that last half an hour we were there, it was ramming because obviously the second lot of entrances had come in.
What-
So that's the only floor I saw there. But other than that, it was
What's
Or eat.
all right. Yeah,
what's it
really
like
good.
to get in? How much is it these days?
It was quite cheap. I mean, we got it was £15 I think, and we got student tickets. I think full price is like 17 quid.
That
Which
is not.
which
That
is
is
not bad,
that
is
not
it?
awful. I'd
The
pay 17
important
quid.
question is, was there any beer there?
No.
Well, why are we talking about the Tupton Tap
Actually, no,
podcast?
that is a lie. That is a lie. They did bottled beer in one of
Ooh.
the cafes, but I was driving, so I couldn't have one.
But if you were, I bet you would
If
have.
I weren't, I
smashed
could've
10
had a
How
beer.
is your car?
Yeah.
Is your car alright these days? I
Yeah,
had
I
a
fixed
plan
my
with it.
car.
Yeah.
It was oxygen. If anyone doesn't know, Fez, my Ford Fiesta, heard my engine light came on. It was very sad. I thought I had a mini meltdown. Thought my car's gonna die. I don't know why, because I've been
Nick,
driving it for like 3
I remember
weeks with
talking to
engine light
Bert
on.
like in a few days after it happened. He's like, mate, it's really expensive. I'm gonna have to sell the car.
I was
I'm
like,
looking at
properly-
new cars on Facebook Marketplace.
And then, like, I knew it wasn't that bad because I was driving it and it was driving.
And he
fine.
was flicking through Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
at old cars.
But yeah, anyway, bought an OBD sensor. Told me it was an oxygen sensor, so it cost me like 50 quid for the oxygen sensor, and I just fitted it myself, and then the warning light's gone off. So it's all no one panic.
So, Charles,
As it's
how's your van? Honestly, I built that and left that up, getting ready to have
So my van still doesn't work. I have sent the ECU off of the van, and they've reckon they've fixed it, and it's coming back tomorrow afternoon.
Have they told you they've fixed it?
Yeah.
So now we've actually got to hope it is that.
We hope they've actually fixed the right thing, and that I've not just told them
It's something
all
else.
the
Yeah.
lies. However,
We'll find out.
but the radio's half hanging out in it. The whole dashboard's
it
been
does
pulled
look
out.
like someone's like broke into it. And just
Oh yeah,
ripped
and
everything
that's
out.
what I'm saying. I'm reckon the reason why no one's broken into it further is because it looks like someone's already.
And the fact
tried.
that it's an O2 Mercedes.
Yeah,
might be with rust. Might be
yeah,
a slight,
added
a
rust.
slight put off.
You know when
Definitely devalues
And
it.
it doesn't start up.
You know when anyone asks you like, "What do I drive?" Do you just say, "I just say like Mercedes"?
Yeah.
you
Don't
would.
mention the
You
van.
would.
Don't
So today,
mention
You
the van.
would.
I saw a really
I'm
funny
done,
video
Nick.
today. A guy was like, so all Mercedes keys look very similar.
Yeah.
So he was like, it's like a video of his Mercedes keys, and like then the front of the bonnet,
Yeah.
and then like zoomed out, and it's a Mercedes van, like a massive Sprinter.
I've driven 3 different cars today, boys.
Oh, you got insured on?
You've been
Of
with
course,
me
no,
for
it's on private land, so it's all right. 'Cause I'm just moving it around me long drive.
I bet.
No, I will.
All
I don't break rules, mate. But yeah,
If
I'm-
Olive's known for one thing, it's not breaking rules.
I don't break rules.
That's it.
I believe in
Middle name.
the letter of the law.
Middle name Ollie, letter of the law.
The letter of the law. Yeah, so
Got it.
I've driven like there's just quite a few cars today, which is
Go on, then, run us down on them. What are they? What are
so
they?
I drove my VW Polo, which is working, which is
Not
compared to
broken.
you two, it's great.
It's definitely got no electronics problems or
No, it's perfectly fine. Other than the passenger side window switch is broken, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I've been meaning to fix it for the
Oh,
past
yeah.
year.
That's an MOT failure. That is.
It's not, you see, which is great. I mean to fix that for the past year, but I just can't be asked to get the door card off. Anyway, I've driven a Fiat 500, which I stand by my point of
Poor you.
shit.
I'm gonna say
No,
poor you.
Mate, honestly,
Can you use a less fruity word, please?
awful.
Thank you.
Poo-poo
I do
pants.
not rate it. It's a nice Fiat 500 as far as I get it as a soft top, but don't get one. And I drove a what did I drive? A mini Clubman, John Cooper Works.
Why?
Ooh, nice. A Cooper Works.
I know, 306 brake horsepower.
Wow.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah. So that's my day. I've just been moving cars around in my drive all day.
But just like driving really fast on your drive.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky. I've got quite like a long private drive. So especially in the John Cooper Works, I'm like, oh, Robin, I'm gonna
Get to the end of your
I'm
drive
gonna get to 25 by the end of my drive.
in 0.1 seconds.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I remember when I was learning to ride my bike, because you know when you're like 16, you get a learner's license for a bike. You can obviously have a certain
pedal
certain
bike?
power. No, and I remember when I
Moto
first
bike.
got it, when I just passed my test, but you don't actually do your testing like a bike. You do it. So I had a geared bike, but I did my test on just a little moped, so I never used gears before.
Yeah.
So I took my bike up to like the car park at the school. And I remember getting to like 15 mile an hour by the end of the strip, because I was not big and thinking, yeah, I'm cool, 15 mile an hour by the end.
Didn't someone push over all the bikes at school once?
Yeah. Luckily, I never actually rode my bike to school because I live close enough to walk.
Literally,
remember
you
coming
live
up-
like...
Literally.
Yeah, literally
second
down
walk.
the street.
What time did you used to leave to get to school?
25 past. We started school at half past.
No, we started at 9 if you get to form.
What? 9?
Yeah.
Well, that's still
It's half 8.
irrelevant.
Was it?
Anyway, I
So
was
someone
5
pushed a
minutes before I
bike,
got
someone
there.
pushed a
maybe
bike over.
maybe I
all
was,
of them.
maybe
so
I
there's
just
a little
missed
like
form every day.
bike park, because obviously when you're 16, so like year 11s, when you're in year 11, you can have legally drive like a 50cc
Yeah, yeah.
motorbike or moped. So everyone, and there was like little bike parking on the corner. And so we came out of school one day and someone had pushed all of them over, which obviously when you have a bike is not good.
Yeah,
No.
I remember. I'm not gonna say his name. I remember someone, actually 2 people, who was my DT, and them hearing about it, and they were raging because they
Yeah.
got kicked over.
I remember.
I've been in an accident. You never know.
What happened? Do you know?
You
Did
never
someone
know.
Did someone just kick it over?
I'm assuming someone had fallen out with somebody.
I thought
been in-
someone said it could have been the wind or something.
I doubt it.
Because I think they looked on CCTV and it was
Was
so
it someone?
stupid.
Was it someone called the Wind?
Mr.
The
Windy.
bloke. That's what they should call the criminal, like a criminal mastermind. The Wind.
Mr.
The Wind. He
But
goes
yeah.
like the wind.
I remember. Can you remember that fire that happened at school? But again, because of bikes, and someone had a fallout. I'm not mentioning the names again. And he'd gone up and kicked the bike, this other lad's bike.
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know, and then they saw each other at school in the jitty the day after,
Yeah.
and he hit him that hard he put him into the bush. Can you remember that?
And I think the moral of that story.
Wait, come away from the mic.
Let's just say.
The-
Right, I'm just going to say the names.
no-
No, let's be fair.
No,
we're
no,
not allowed to, we're not allowed to do that.
No.
We'll
Well,
call-
I just reckon the moral of the
Do
story
not say
is
the name.
Don't kick
bikes.
people's bikes.
No. Bikes cause trouble.
Yeah. Let's call them Jimmy Slater and
no.
and
Let's
Mickey Brummage.
let's move on. Anyway, let's not be talking about. Let's not be talking about bike scandals.
Oh,
Did you get who I'm on about now?
yeah, I get
Yeah.
you about.
Oh man.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
The fun days.
Mickey, you.
Here we are. Here we are talking about scandal from Ollie's and Jack's.
Oh,
Our
God.
childhoods.
That is so
Should we-
funny.
I think we should move on to a beer review.
No, I don't think. I think we just keep talking about bikes. This is funny.
I really would like a proper bike. Like,
yeah, same.
That's one
like
of the
an actual
things.
decent
I
bike.
quite miss driving a bike.
I'd kill
Well,
myself. though.
riding a bike.
Oh, no, I'm gonna take me hoodie off. Hold on.
It is fun. I mean, you're freezing in the winter and you're absolutely red hot in the summer because of all the
What's
gear you have to
not
wear.
to love?
What's not to love? But it is really fun. And I think
Debatable.
one day I will
Stories
get a
where
proper
you fell
bike
off,
again.
Bert. Give us a good story. You fell off.
Oh yeah, I did fall off once actually. Bonfire night. I was coming back from Stanrow, which is quite a big like.
Park.
Yeah, it's like a big. They do like a big bonfire show every year.
It's gone downhill apparently.
I've not been in years.
No, I've heard every year I hear people going, it's not as good as last year.
Yeah, but I think they might just be outdoing themselves every
No,
year, maybe.
No, literally, I genuinely do think it's just people just being nostalgic and thinking it used to be better. It's not.
Yeah, it's one of them things in it where everyone goes, "I remember that as a kid and it was amazing." And,
Yeah, I
and then they
think
go
it's
when
just-
they're like 18.
Yeah.
they're
So
like,
when you're like a
"Actually, it's not
kid,
good."
like everything's just
Yeah,
bigger and
amazing,
better.
innit?
big,
Yeah.
big
But then it's actually because you're just tiny.
in it and,
Yeah.
and big bangs and colourful lights when you're a kid are great,
Yeah.
but when you get to 18, they're a bit boring.
But anyway, I was on the way back.
Wow, that was deep.
And I was coming on the top of. If anyone knows Tupton, when you're coming up from the Tupton tap towards
Tupton
Tupton
tap.
tap, innit? Towards the Tupton Hall School, you go up the road, over the roundabout, and there's a sweeping corner, isn't there, where
Yeah.
the jitty is to the school.
Yeah.
And I was on there, and I can't. What
It's
car
quite,
was
it is a tight bend. To be
That
fair.
was a Fiat 500. No, it wasn't. That wasn't Fiat. It was a Ford Fiesta, a red one.
That's
What-
what I used to drive.
Yeah, no, not one of your
What
cars,
number
alright.
plate?
No. It was not the newest model, the one before.
Yeah, like yours.
No, not the bubble.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. And it was coming round the corner, and it cut the corner, so come on the wrong side. And my bike was black, and I had a black and
No
yellow
headlights
helmet.
on.
And I had my headlights on, obviously. And I'm assuming now they just didn't see me, or
Maybe that was me.
maybe Charlie tried to kill me. But
It's
anyway,
a red Fiesta, and not it's a model before yours.
no one got after.
No, it's one after.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
alright.
okay.
Anyway, and then it
I'll
and
save myself.
basically I swerved, and my front end gripped, my back end didn't, and I slid, and I caused three like the lanes, and ended up in the the what's it called, the junction opposite.
Yeah.
And then I'd lost, because I'd slid on my side, I'd lost my wing mirror, and the wing mirror was in the middle of the road, and I got up off my bike. I was like, I'd done my swearing, I'd picked my bike back and walked to the side, and I turned round to walk to get my wing mirror off because my wing mirror hadn't even smashed, it had just come off. And I went to go and I was walking up to grab it, and I saw there was a car coming, and I waited, and the car went to move out the way of the wing mirror and accidentally drove over it. You know when they would have missed it, and then they're like, oh, there's a wing mirror, and like try and avoid it, went over my wing mirror.
No, it sounds like they went, oh, a wing mirror, and went,
Yeah.
went over it.
And do you know what, to make it worse, you know what car it was? It was a Fiat 500. And that's why I nearly said it was a Fiat 500 that hit me. It wasn't a Fiat 500 that nearly hit me. It was a Fiat 500 that hit my wing mirror.
Salt to the wound.
That the
is.
worst
Yeah.
bit about that
Pissed
corner
me
though
off big time.
is I don't know what it is.
Bit
Maybe,
fruity, that word.
Sorry, it peed me off big time.
maybe it's the way the water sits in that corner and the way it's quite new tarmac. But I've almost crashed my car in that corner.
It's
before
really
coming
slippy.
round.
I've had my
No, I
back
think
end
you
on it
both just
before.
drive too fast.
No, but I've been out. You know when it,
No, like you come round it because I've come around it before. My tyres aren't very thick, you see. So I come round it. You pull the wheel a bit, quite like.
Ollie, I've
sharply
been in the
'cause it's a
car
sharp
with
corner.
you.
And it
You are
does-
a fast
and I'm always-
driver.
yeah, I'm not.
is it
Acceleration
electric power
wise.
steering on yours as well?
Yeah, so you get no feedback. So I remember turning once and going around the corner and turning, and then realising that I'm not turning. I'm thinking, oh crap! So I turn more, and I realise, oh, I need to so I let go of the steering
Proper
wheel.
understeer, you just kept going
Yeah,
forward.
yeah. So I let go of the steering wheel, let it correct itself. I hit the curb, almost went up the curb.
You hit the curb.
Yeah, there's a wall. This is coming towards us now, and then there's the wall, that old wall.
Yeah.
Really lovely old wall. Literally, I was close to hitting that. Got traction when I went on the pavement, and then obviously because the wheels turned, it got traction, so it went like shot really sharp. Then I was facing the other side of the road. There's a car coming, so I was on the other side of the road. Then I had to quickly steer
Oh, man.
back onto my side of the road, and I remember people pulling over on the side of the road. I didn't hit anything, but I remember people pulling over, like thinking, "Oh shit!" And then I went.
Oh my
I didn't
god.
hit, no one was hurt. I didn't hit anything.
Gordon
My car was
Bennett.
fine.
I've
to
overstayed
steer.
on that corner, but nothing bad happened. I just kicked out a little bit and then caught it again. Like I thought that's what you were
No,
going to
but-
say. Not like genuinely nearly
No, but
killed
maybe-
someone.
It was my it was my front end. It just went.
Maybe the last story is
Blooming hell.
that the pavement's better to drive on because you've got
Yeah,
better grip.
more grip on the pavement,
Yeah.
everybody. So drive on the pavement.
I was doing about.
If you're pedestrian,
35.
walking the road.
I weren't going fast.
going
I think
mental.
I think it was just the way because it's a sharp corner, so you corner quite fast sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I always find you accelerate too fast.
In,
Last time I was in a
in
car
my
with you-
1.2 engine, I accelerate too fast.
When I was last,
Mate, it's 0 to 60 in 30
when I was last
seconds.
in a car with you, Ollie, we nearly hit another car.
Oh,
No, right, no,
What's
it
that? I've not heard
reversed
this
into
story.
me. It almost reversed. We were driving back.
Lightly story.
We're driving back from. This was before lockdown. We're driving back with a load of speakers in the back of my car. Right? My Polo, we had 2 speakers in the back of my car. 2 big ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? An
Jack,
18-inch
he had
sub.
2 speakers back
2
in his car.
speakers,
His
yeah.
Polo.
Not
They were
one,
big ones.
2.
Not 4 though, not 4.
So obviously my car was struggling to get, like brake anyway because it's quite heavy. And then this car literally is on this main road, just pulls out, just reverses out. And he almost hit it.
You always hit it.
Yeah,
Jack's
yeah.
just for some reason.
bit and it's gone big and red. I think I might die.
Wow. Yeah. So basically, a car tried to reverse into Ollie.
But what annoyed me, he didn't look. He was I don't know, it's a
Ford
40.
Fiesta, I think.
I think it were a 40.
You sure it
I
weren't
think
me?
I think it was a red one actually.
The red
Uh,
one.
it's the red one, Charlie.
The
Yeah,
shape-
and
the
it was
shape-
the same shape as
the
that.
shape before this one, yeah. Hold on a minute.
So everyone be careful around Tupton.
No, wait,
'cause
it wasn't.
there's
It
obviously
wasn't. It wasn't those dishwasher cars, like an Igo or something. It was something like
driving a
that.
dishwasher.
Dishwasher cars.
No, they look like dishwasher, don't they?
Oh my god.
Didn't your sister used to have one of them?
Yeah, she had a Toyota IQ which was like it literally was. It was a white IQ, so it looked like a
The
dishwasher.
dishwasher.
It looked like a tumble dryer or something.
Yeah, a nice one.
I remember when my dad got rear-ended in his.
You got what?
My dad got rear-ended. End of the story. Yeah, no, he got rear-ended in his old Leon FR. He had a white Leon FR with these limited edition black wheels. They were lovely, and he got rear-ended in it, and he got as a courtesy car, he got a Toyota Aygo, and it was absolutely awful.
They definitely got rear-ended.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mate,
That
that
was
is the
awful.
biggest insult ever. You get you have a really nice car and you get it gets written off by someone else, and you get like a little car like
They
that.
didn't write it off, but the boot didn't work properly after that.
Oh, okay, so you need to go back.
So I had to get some.
I found out how easy it is to write off cars these days. You know, like crumple zones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just tap them.
Like you tap them and they're written off.
Yeah.
How bad's that?
It also depends on the price of the car as well. Like I mean, a lot of classic cars.
Yeah.
If it's uneconomical to repair, isn't the saying?
Yeah. So like, I know he's like, I've got an old Ford Fiesta.
Fjord.
And if basically, if you just smash a wing on it, they're like, no, it's not worth it.
Because
Because you have to cut it all out. And
Yeah.
like,
No, I found like especially like newer cars, because like you have like a slight crush, and because they crumple zones, they will just crumble.
Yeah.
And then as soon as then that's just hard work. That's why I think you see a lot more like new cars with like category C or whatever the categories are, or
Yeah.
category D, because they've just been written off because it's just that it's hard to repair.
then
Someone's
it
repaired
creates
it.
so many problems getting insurance, and
Yeah.
resale and
Yeah,
stuff.
so I remember
So
when I
it's
was
kinda
looking for
like,
my car, you see a nice Polo, and you're like, oh, nice, yeah, it's a really nice Polo. And you look at it, it's category D or something. Like, oh,
Yeah.
That's a really nice red Ford Fiesta, the new model.
yeah, not new one, but the one before.
The one before it. Oh, I'd love to try and hit someone off a moped or reverse it to somebody.
Did he not stop that guy? Who hit you?
No, didn't hit me. He just nearly hit me.
Oh,
And
mate, I'd been
and the thing
straight
is,
on my
to be
moped after
fair,
him.
Well, what are you overreacting for then?
To be fair, there was he probably. I don't even know if he knew I fell off because like he come round, he cut
Yeah.
the corner, I swerved, and he, for all he knows, he's looked back and thought I
Yeah,
didn't hit him.
yeah.
And then I swerved, and my front end gripped, my back end didn't, so I just slid. And I
That
slid.
corner is horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah,
it's
I still
nice-
come
nasty
around it
corner.
every day.
Just gotta be careful, guys.
Yeah.
Careful.
I do literally do like 20 miles per hour down that corner now.
Yeah.
It's just not worth
Not
it.
when I was in the car with you last.
5 minutes. Get out and walk right. Get out and push the car around
Unless
the
you
corner.
changed since lockdown, I don't know. But
No, of course. But no.
Anyway, we were going to do a beer review 20 minutes ago.
we were.
to be fair, I do like just chatting pure bollocks.
You're very
Yeah,
good
I
at it.
agree.
I find.
That's why it's funny. I don't know, like because we had quite a busy day just doing stuff, just sitting down. This is like the only time we really get time every week to
Yeah.
sit down and
I,
have
like,
a chat.
I always like,
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you a story, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to save it for the podcast.
Yeah, no, we do. To be
Well,
fair.
I think the first couple of weeks we were like, you like be on messages when we tell something that's happened. It's like, why don't we just save that for the
I could've
podcast?
To be
told
fair,
that
I
on the
think-
podcast,
I think
yeah.
what you can definitely tell is that from I remember like the third one we did, we tried to have a bit of a structure and we didn't have anything to talk about. Whereas I think now they flow quite nicely.
As long as you just go, I've got this, I've got that, and everyone goes, yeah, let's just
Yeah.
give it a go.
Have you got a story? Yeah, I've got one. Right, let's do it. That's
Yeah.
all you need to
And then
know.
you go, we've got a beer, good
Yep.
stuff.
But I
Yeah.
wonder if the two people listening actually give a fuck.
Hello there, what's your name?
I need to stop swearing. I'm sorry. It's
Oh.
getting late. I'm really
I
tired.
know the
so-
last podcast has got 0 views so far, probably because Charlie didn't upload it till 2 days later. whatever
And
it
because
was.
of
Mate, 2
Ollie's,
days late.
Ollie
It
and
got uploaded
Jack's-
on Monday.
Ollie and Jack's a massive amount of swearing.
I do reckon one day though, boys, that it will skyrocket into success.
Maybe.
Ah,
I reckon we'll make about 50 episodes, and we'll get like 2 or 3 views each, and then eventually
We get more than that now.
some will kick off. We don't.
Genuinely,
some
I think
will
we get about
we don't.
we get about 50.
We don't. And then some will kick off, and then we'll get we'll skyrocket into stardom.
Well, you can always dream, can't you?
You can.
I'm just
And
going
it
to
is a
message
very-
loads of famous people and be like, what's that website you can get famous people to shout you out? Is it Fiverr?
Yeah, it would
Still
see
got
that.
Fiverr. Just
We'll get
spend
Wagner.
loads of money on people
You
shouting
get Wagner
you
to just go, hey.
Hey,
we should
look at
sponsor.
that.
We should sponsor something
Well, I
with
thought...
the 0 funds we have allocated every week.
Yeah. I reckon...
Well, maybe a brewery would.
Yeah, maybe a
Ashraver
brewery would
Brewery.
like sponsor us.
Right, no, this is the point. We shout Ashraver Brewery out on the what's it called?
quiz.
On the quiz every week. So possibly for every beer sale they could send out a flyer saying listen to
Yeah,
the,
but
that
the thing is,
To be fair,
we've
started
started doing that for our own backs, and they're already getting the free promotion.
and this one thing I'm thinking we're gonna have to start charging for the promotion.
We've already hoard ourselves out.
We have.
To be fair, they might. They are
the
quite
nice
friendly with us,
people, the
yeah.
nice folk.
They
over
might-
They are lovely folk, and anything we say is always in jest.
Yeah.
So I was joking about flies, and that is in jest.
It's nice beer they do, if you like beer.
It is. Ollie's not a fan of beer,
No.
as you'll find out very soon.
Well, if you like beer, it's a lovely beer.
Speaking of which, let's try some beer.
Yeah. Maybe this brewery will sponsor us.
Oh, did you get me a bottle opener?
No, why? What do you want it
I
for?
went to open the bottle in my bag, but
No,
I've got
I
one
think-
actually.
I've been you can't pass it me, so I'm gonna have to.
If anyone at home's got a bottle opener,
Oh yeah, no.
send it
Pass
over.
to me. Let me get my keys out.
So this week's beer is Innis Gunn Tropic
Oh, I've just got my
Like
keys
It's Hop. Tropic Like It's Hop, which is the
Tropic Like
passion
It's
fruit
Hop?
Sorry,
pale ale
the
at 4.4%. I've got Bert and Ollie just chatting absolute rubbish behind me.
It's a bottle opener.
It is. It's a classic. It looks like a lizard.
A monkey's
That is
lizard bottle opener. That is.
This is my bottle opener, by the way, so I don't know why I'm asking. Why it looks like a lizard. I bought it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely is.
4.4% alcohol. Tropic Like It's Hot. Passion
Tropic
fruit
Like
pale
It's
ale.
Hot.
And it says on the side, this cheeky little number is bursting with refreshing exotic fruit flavors,
I thought I was you saying it then.
combining spiky,
This cheeky little number.
Cheeky.
Vocabulary.
combining spiky mosaic and citra hops with juicy passion fruit. We've brewed a pale ale that's brimming with tropical character. Find out more at innisandgun.com.
Don't be shouting them out too, Charlie.
This is actually an Aldi brewing. Is it Innis Gunn? Is a
Innis Gunn is a
are they an
proper
actual-
brewery.
Are they an actual brewery? Or are they an
And they
Aldi
signed a
brewery?
partnership.
They're not under
Right.
license.
What was that?
Oh, okay, so this is an actual craft. Well, they say actual. Obviously, the Aldi beer is actually craft ale. It's just
What makes it
I'll do
craft
it.
though? Like I think the line is
Is
very
it-
blurred
it's like
nowadays.
small batch.
Yeah,
but
small batch.
Look at Brewdog. That's not a craft beer anymore. It's just
It started out as, but because it's become so mainstream, there's an argument out there saying it's not craft anymore. It's just basically
Till I found out, Brewdog went on Dragon's Den.
they did.
Actually,
They
They
got
did. They
denied.
asked for 10%, £100,000 for 10%, I think it was, or 20%, and they turned down an outcome.
no, I bet they did.
I have to watch it after this.
It's not a very big Dragons. It's not a good. I don't know. Like if you went to a Dragon's Den and said, "Look, I've got a brewery," I mean, I can't. I'm not surprised they said.
I know,
no.
but then now they've become one of the biggest craft breweries
I
in
know,
the
but
world.
I think Dragon's Den's more looking for the new inventions.
Levi
I know, but
Roots went
they
through
missed out on it.
Dragon's Den, didn't he?
You did.
Right.
And
As in,
look at him.
like, get some reggae sauce on your dish.
Okay.
What was
So
there's
this
another
beer-
slogan in it. There's another
This
slogan.
beer looks good. Actually, like they can.
Should we give it an open?
Yeah, we
have-
keep getting distracted.
We've already described to the listener what it is. So
I'm not my
Have we?
weekly can review. I'm not actually a massive fan.
You know, I think it looks very pretty. It gives
Mm.
gives it.
I like the design, but I'm not a fan of the colours. Maybe I think it's the white background. It
give
looks
me
like
a-
they've kind of just
give
stuck
give the
something on.
listeners a description of how it looks.
It says Innis Gunn in slanted like block writing, which is fine.
tight
In
right.
purple, like like a typewriter. And then it's got like floral. Well, it's not floral, but like floral looking wavy lines coming around it.
Floral, but not floral.
Yeah, but like
I'll take
floral-like.
floral.
And then, but then it's on a white background. And I just think the white background makes it look a bit cheap.
It does look slightly tacky. I think the word is.
But saying that,
I like
it's not
it,
about the can, is it? It's about what's in it. So
I
let's
don't know
find
because
out.
I think the can
It's like the
sells to me.
Brewdog. Why have they put it on a white background?
Oh no, like the whole like everything's. I love the old style.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
But now they just changed it all, and I think it's just absolutely. Jack's
The
beer
beer's
is.
just spilt his drink all over the
Um,
garden bench.
I haven't
room.
spilled it, but I've had to swallow all of it because it squirted.
He's also lost his voice.
What did it do, Bert?
Oh, I bet that was a lovely
So
noise
give it a
though.
smell. Let's give it a smell.
Oh God! Every week.
It definitely
my
smells
initial
like
thoughts.
passion fruit. I'll give you that. Passion
I've
fruit.
got hay fever really bad, so I'm really struggling to smell. But yeah, I do get passion fruit. I get a slight hint of passion fruit and nothing else, but that's because I can't smell
Okay,
anything.
right, honestly,
Maybe a slight hoppiness.
slight
Mm.
hint of hop. Are we going for a drink?
I'm taking a sip already,
Oh,
mate. So
great.
go for it.
We can't
Go
really take
for it.
time, because then go on. Someone take a sip. Oh man. Oh no.
It's definitely passion fruit and
Very
definitely
passion
hop.
fruit. I can't.
Oh no.
I'm not quite decided on it yet.
Oh
It's a bit watery, I think.
yeah. That's I mean I don't think it's that the taste isn't that
To be
bad.
fair,
It's
my,
just
I'm gonna
watery,
say
but
my
it's just-
palate's not exactly brilliant at the moment. 'cause
so
I'm
the
really
taste
suffering.
is there
but
isn't
I never get hay
Oh.
fever, but this year it's proper pickled me.
Pickle.
Pickled me.
No.
There's a boat called HMS Pickle.
There is.
There is.
What did it do?
Did
It
it?
delivered.
The news of the Battle of Trafalgar to
That's
Britain.
the one.
There's also a group of sea cucumbers is called a pickle.
Really?
Yep, there you go.
We know
Little
that
fact
by doing the quiz, by the way. We did write the quiz last week.
Pickle.
If anyone else wondering, the Rubik's Cube world record is 3.47 seconds.
Yes.
Wow. Light brew dog. This is also brewed in Scotland.
I did not know Brewdog was Scottish.
I can't make my mind up whether I really like it or really don't.
You might have to go to Aldi and get this yourself, guys, because it's very weird. It's very
very
fruity.
interesting. It's worth a try because it is very interesting.
Well, we can't go to the recommendations already.
I think, honestly, this would be perfect. Sat in
A
your
desert
garden
beach.
or on a beach in the red hot weather. Outside of that, I'm not sure.
Stuggy Beach.
It's not a Christmas beer.
No, it's
I
not
think-
something to have in the winter.
I'm definitely getting mosaic hops in it, but I'm not finding the citra.
It's a weird combination between the fruit of like passion fruit is quite like a thick, really sweet fruit, and then with the bitterness of the hops, it's quite a weird combination. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very odd, strange.
It's really worth a try, guys, because it's something
So let's go to,
it's something I've never had
let's
before.
go to ratings.
Yeah, it is a bit odd.
Let's go to ratings. Let's say Bert. What are you saying ratings wise?
I want to say at this moment in time, probably like a 5, but in the consideration that I think I'd really enjoy it on a hot summer's day, I'm gonna say like I'm gonna bump up a bit, so I'm gonna go 7.
I'm gonna join you. Well, I'm gonna join you on a 5. I think it's not offensive. I like it, but I don't like it so much. I'm gonna buy a crate of these and have it on a hot summer day. I'd be like, yeah, it's nice, not offensive,
It's alright.
middle of the road.
It's alright.
I'll be honest. It's not the worst one I've had. It's.
You've only taken one sip of it.
I know. no, I've taken 2 and then got the bit off the head.
We force Ollie to drink all this beer because we're not wasting beer, so he has to suffer.
He's
through
also he's nursing a old moot cider on the
I've
side.
just opened it.
Obviously, normally we could finish it, but Corona and all that.
Yeah, we can't.
I don't want Ollie's
So to be
Corona.
honest with you, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's quite watery. I think
It's very watery,
It's
isn't
not,
it?
again, like you said, it's not offensive.
Yeah,
Which is all right. I'd give it probably a 3.
that's good for
I
Ollie.
really
Bearing in
would
mind
say-
Ollie's score is out of 5.
I would
Because
not say.
he's so brutal.
I would
Hates
not
beer.
say that is that bad. I wouldn't say that's that bad.
Right, okay, then on to would you recommend? Charles?
Solid. I'm gonna say nay. I don't think it's gonna please anyone. I think it's just gonna be
It's middle of the road.
yeah. It's just wow. Yeah, passion fruit water.
Yeah. Passion fruit.
Great. May as well
Kinda
have
like-
some
it's kinda
water.
like a J2 on your passion fruit being watered down.
Yeah, a bit
Wrong,
of soda
actually.
water
That's
in it.
quite a
Yeah.
good description, actually.
Maybe they'll Innis Gunn will take that and put it on the side of the can.
Watered down J2O.
With hops.
Weirdly,
Yeah or nay, Jack? Yeah
You
or
can't
nay?
get the hops through. I can taste the hops.
yeah.
Mm.
Weirdly, I'm going to say yay, just because it's something I've never experienced before. Not because I think
Is
it's
it a
brilliant
taste
beer.
sensation?
It's just something I've never experienced before. And I think it's quite a weird taste. Like hard to describe. So I would actually quite like to
Just
get some of
recommend
the
it to say people.
yeah, just to
drink.
see if just get people's opinions on it. But it's really different.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So that. Did you say yeah or no? Or are you on the
I
fence
said
again?
nay. I said no. I wouldn't.
Oh, fair enough.
But
I
don't think
just because you
I don't
haven't said
think
you're
it's
not on the
that bad.
fence, I just completely forgot.
No, I just
It's
don't
like-
think it's that bad.
It's just
Yeah.
not offensive, is it?
I think it's very much like it's one of those ones where it's just a lot of people like it because it's just not offensive and it's just everybody's like, yeah, it's all right.
To be fair, like I say, I would have given it a bang average 5. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt for a bit. 'cause
You're a bit
I think
generous, aren't you?
sweetness on a hot summer's day might be quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a little bit of a benefit of the doubt.
I'm finding the Aldi beers are really up and down. So you got some. There's a couple of good ones. There's a couple of like
But just
meh.
iffy ones, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Some of them
so
I've tried have been
the
really
price
nice.
they're doing them at,
Yeah.
like when you can get like a craft beer for like 94 pence or something.
Yeah.
It's like you may as well.
You
Yeah.
really. Yeah. So you might as well. It's one of those things. If you go into Aldi and you look at it, you might as well just get one to try it.
I've
Very-
noticed
it.
they're
If you
quite
don't like
good
it,
at
you're 94p
the co-
down.
they're quite good at classic IPAs. Like, you know, if you go to Aldi and you get like, there's one called like Wild Bills, or is it Buffalo Bills, or something like Wild Bills.
Sounds like a
IPA.
hot sauce.
Summit Bill.
It's something Bill
Something-
IPA, and it's
something
like a
American hot
brown
sauce.
bottle with a purple badge, and that's quite nice. And they do another one like American IPA. They're quite good at stuff like that, like classic like IPAs.
Yeah.
I think when they start venturing into this fruity stuff, it's quite
Fruity shite.
beer. I find is really hard to do.
Oh,
to
you
do a
gotta
good
get it
one.
right. You don't want to be too sweet and
And I think I think
don't
that's
know.
what they struggle at a bit more.
yeah,
Yeah.
completely. And it's I don't know, like I'd never take this back. I'd be like,
Oh yeah, no, it's a good beer.
It's like to go back to Audi.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
but-
like this beer.
I know, but do you know what I mean? Like,
If
for
you
the-
find
for
it in
the
a bar,
price,
It's
I'm
not
gonna-
offensive.
I've got no complaint
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the
yeah.
price. I feel like it is what it
We've
is.
had much worse. Can you remember that tastes like socks? What was that one? That Ollie bought. Was it North Brewing Co?
Oh, the old Brewing goes
Sweaty
like
socks.
soil.
I think
Yeah.
I did try and get the word. It was 45 pence.
And we know why.
Someone please just buy it.
Just get it off
Not,
the shelf.
I look. Went to Tesco the other day. It's not there anymore.
Is it
Oh,
not?
No,
It's
it
'cause
was
you-
cleared to a
Shame.
juice.
End of an
I reckon
era.
it was our review.
Yeah, I reckon that's
They
what killed
care
it.
that
Got
much
taken
about
off
it.
the shelves.
We've killed North Brewing Company. Whatever.
We're very sorry. I do apologise. You just, these two listeners are very.
Tastes like dirty socks.
We've
So.
got lots of power now with two listeners.
That's it. Yeah.
Influencing two people.
In it, 2 people,
Oh man.
2 local people.
Oh well, we do it for the fun. I mean, we'll be sat chatting this rubbish anyway, won't we? We might as well video it. Well,
I know, I'm
record
not
it.
gonna lie to you, I quite enjoyed it in the podcast.
Yeah, me
because
too.
It's a bit of a, I don't know. It's one of those things like
You like the sound of your own voice.
it must be. Because I had to listen to it about 17 times when I'm editing it.
I
So.
wonder where
Not
those
anymore.
views came from.
What?
I wonder how the 17 views came from.
Yeah, it was me looking over it.
Oh man.
So I normally go to sleep listening to podcasts, not ours, but I listened to one the other day on Apple Podcasts, and I fell asleep, and I woke up to your voice talking. I thought, I need to wake up and turn this off. I can't listen to this.
The lovely sleeping voice.
Charlie,
Charlie, yeah.
coming in your ears.
Charlie, yeah.
A slight lisp.
Lisp.
Can't be doing that on the podcast. Can't make
No.
fun of that.
So thank you very much.
We
This is-
don't condone bullying anyone with a lisp.
You don't. no.
Apart from Charlie.
I do have a slight lisp apparently.
Do you?
It's got better with age. I mean, like I was younger.
Like a fine wine, it's matured.
It's I can't. I don't know if I can tell this. I don't think I've got time. But I used to have my lisp used to be worse when I was like younger than it is now. It's
I
not.
don't know if
it's
he's
You
got
can't-
time to tell us that.
I think
Took 3
not-
seconds.
no.
I think is
the
you grow-
longest story which goes back to me in primary school. I'm not going to.
So mine used to be not a bit worse.
Yeah.
And you find when you get older, you tend to find what words you struggle with, and you
Yeah.
kind of work on them or you just don't say them.
Yeah.
I don't know words. I don't
No,
know.
I used to. I always used to. I had to do this. I had to do something at primary school. I'm dyslexic. I used to have to do this like reading thing on the computer where I had to talk into like a dictation thing. And I always used to not do it and say you wouldn't understand what I was saying. And my teacher like, oh, you have a lisp and all this. It's weird because I didn't do it. But I remember.
I
always
find
saying
talking deeper gets rid of it a bit more.
that. Do you reckon?
Doing deeper, a
Deeper.
bit more.
Yeah. I don't.
I
I've
don't
never
know.
had that problem. I just, when I'm pissed, I can't speak. I start
When-
slurring words when I
When
drink.
Jack is drunk.
That's one of the first thing that goes when I've had a beer is my voice. I start going.
No, the thing is, you'll have
but
my dad did
you'll
the
have
same.
2 pints and you'll be fine, and you'll have a sip of your 3rd pint and you'll be gone.
Oh yeah, it
It
varies.
hits you like a
Flies
sometimes-
away.
Sometimes I can do 10 pints. Sometimes I can't do 1. And
Yeah.
it's
No,
and
it
I-
is true.
and I don't
Like,
get.
sometimes they can sup, and all the time they has 2 pints and literally he's
Yeah.
gone.
And there's never a slow decline. It's
No.
never like I'm slow to get
It's always
drunk.
a wall.
I live like literally like one sip will be fine. The next sip I'm on the floor and I'm hammered.
Yeah.
And there's no in between.
No, 100%. It is. All with you, it is.
And it
I don't like
goes
getting
on
drunk.
temperature, how much food I've eaten, if I've had any other liquids, if my dog sneezed on me 3 weeks ago, and I can't understand why it's so different every time. It's so different.
Like concussion, mate.
Probably. My
That's it,
brain's
you
made of
just
mashed potato.
I don't like getting
keeps
drunk.
moulding something different.
Mm.
Uh,
We do say responsible drinking is the way to go.
It is.
It's up
oh
and
yes,
down,
here at Tupton Tap we always support sensible drinking.
We've
and
done all
we
this, so
we
you
always
don't have
do.
to.
We
Yeah.
always do sensible drink.
You put the research in, so you
Like
don't
now
have to.
I have two alcoholic beverages in my hand.
And one of them you're not drinking.
One of them is
And
a
one of
one
them is
sip off and he goes,
disgusting.
nope.
Well, I tell you what,
I think we should round it up.
I'm gonna round it up because I need to try and get through this beer without retching.
I know, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, thank you. I mean, I know what I'm saying. Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks for your loyal
Charlie,
support.
you're meant to lead us off.
I'd like to say thank you.
Yeah.
So we'll from now on we're gonna probably try and do it in the pub since we're reopening again.
Yeah, how are we gonna do that? Like,
Let's
like-
discuss this afterwards.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's gonna be
let's
an
not
hour
do it.
long.
That'll be another
14
couple
hours
hours.
alright, okay.
That
Yeah,
might be next week, actually.
Yeah, well,
we can talk.
if we don't come, if we're not here next week, we've probably been too busy with the pub being open.
Yes, that is the only worry.
Yeah.
However, yeah. So
We'll
this
see what we
is
can do. I don't work at the pub anymore, so it'll just be me
he's just talking rubbish.
talking shit.
Yeah. So basically, we're open on Saturday. If you'd like to come down, it's a first come first serve thing. So if there's room for to get you in, we'll let you in. But obviously, if you don't feel like coming, if you're not ready to come to a pub yet, it's fair enough. But either way, hopefully we'll see all of you soon. And
Thank you very
It's been a
much.
pleasure.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you all next week.
Happy
hopefully.
New Year.
Ah,
Jazz.
so I've been Charlie,
I've been Bert.
And I've been Ollie.
and I've been Bert as well.
All right, we'll wrap it there. See you later.
See you later. Cheers, guys.
guys.
Bye.